Top 10 Most Powerful Passports in the World. Number 10. Hungary. A Hungarian passport allows you to travel up to 184 countries visa-free out of 194. To get a Hungarian passport, you need to live there for at least 8 years. There must be no criminal record against you, and you should be able to speak Hungarian. Number 9. Australia and Canada. To apply for an Australian passport, you need permanent residency for at least 1 year. In the past 12 months, you should have lived in Australia for at least 9 months, and you should have lived legally in Australia for at least 4 years. For a Canadian passport, you will need a permanent residency of 4 to 5 years, and you should have lived in Canada in the past 5 years for at least 1,095 days in total. Be fluent either in French or English. You must have financial stability and no criminal record. Number 8. Greece, Malta, Czech Republic, and Norway. For Norway, in the past 10 years, you should have lived for at least 7 years there. You need a PR and should have no criminal records. To acquire passport of Greece, you need a minimum residence of 7 years, should know Greek B1, and should be aware of its history, politics, etc. Also, you can become a citizen easily if you become a priest in one of the monasteries in Mount Athos or if you have served voluntarily in the Greek army. For becoming a Malta citizen, you must reside there for minimum 5 years on a PR and be proficient in English language. For Czech Republic, at least 5 years stay on a PR is mandatory for non-EU, whereas only 3 years for EU citizens. You can visit 186 countries visa-free. Number 7. USA, UK, Belgium, New Zealand, and Switzerland. To acquire Belgium citizenship, now you need to stay there for at least 5 years. Apart from this, you should speak either French, German, or Dutch. In Switzerland, a minimum 10 years of PR is needed for everyone. In New Zealand and the UK, you need at least 5 years of residency. For UK citizenship, you need to pass an integration exam, and you should also be fluent in English. For US citizenship, you need 3 to 4 years of PR there, and you should know the basic level of English. These countries' passports allow you to travel up to 187 countries. Number 6. Sweden, France, Portugal, Netherlands, and Ireland. In Sweden, you need 5 years of continuous residency. In Portugal, 6 years, and knowledge of Portuguese is required. In the Netherlands, Ireland, and France, you would need 5 years of residency to be eligible. Number 5. Austria and Denmark. For citizenship of Austria, you need 10 years of residency with minimum 5 on a residence card, and you should speak German B1 and know about their history and culture, and dual citizenship is not allowed. Denmark has the toughest process to get citizenship. A minimum of 8 years of getting PR and 2 years of waiting is needed to be eligible for citizenship. Also, you need to pass the integration examination. Number 4. All EU countries: Luxembourg, Spain, Italy, and Finland. If you are in the EU, you need at least 5 years on a PR, and if you are a non-EU, you will need 10 years to get the citizenship of Italy. You should be able to speak Italian and know their culture. In Finland, to become its citizen, you need to live there for a minimum of 5 years. In Luxembourg, a small country, you need at least 7 years of stay as a resident and should speak their language. In Spain, you need to spend at least 10 years there, but if you are a refugee, you can get it in just 5 years. Number 3. Germany and South Korea. You have to spend at least 5 years in South Korea. You should speak basic Korean, and every male citizen is required to serve in the military for getting the passport of South Korea. In Germany, you need a residence of minimum 7 years and an integration course, or 8 years without integration course to get a passport. You need to speak German B1 and should know about its history and culture. Number 2. Singapore. It has 4 main languages: English, Malay, Tamil, and Mandarin Chinese. You are free to travel to 192 countries visa-free with a passport of Singapore. Number 1. Japan. Japan is the most powerful country in terms of passports, which allows you to visit 193 visa-free countries. To get citizenship, you need to reside there for at least 5 years. You should be able to speak Japanese and get through the interview in Japanese language. This was all about today.